Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is Nonlinear System. In the unit number 3, Introduction to Nonlinear System. In the last session, we will study about the different type of nonlinear system that is affect for this particular mechanical system. So generally, the nonlinear system will be depends on the amplitude of the input signal and the initial condition of this particular system. Okay, and then we have to define two types of method that we have to use to find out the non-linearity of the system. The first one is the describing function and the second one is the phase plane method. So today we will discuss about the different types of phase plane method that is used in the non-linear system. Okay, so the first topic in the today's session is common non-linearity. So in the most of type of the control system, we cannot avoid the presence of the certain type of non-linearity. As we discussed in the last session, in every system there is some type of non-linearity for this particular plant. So we cannot avoid the presence of the non-linearity. So a system for which there is a non-linear relationship between the input and output that does not involve a differential equation is called a static non-linearity. As already discussed in the last session, that in the non-linear system we can take the initial condition does not equal to 0. So the system for which there is a non-linear relationship between the input and output that does not affect the differential equation, that type of non-linearity is known as the static non-linearity. And the second one is the dynamic non-linearity. The input and output may be related through a non-linear differential equation. Such type of system is called a dynamic non-linearity. As we discussed in the last session, we have taken one mechanical system and we have to define the differential equation for this particular mechanical system. So this type of system equation is called a dynamic non-linearity for this particular plant. Okay, so we are going to discuss various type of non-linearity in the control system. So first one is the saturation non-linearity, that already we have to discuss that whenever we draw the jump response for this particular mechanical system. So as you remember, after some point we can get the fixed value of the x. If we can change the value of omega, the value of the x will not change. So that type of non-linearity is known as the saturation. Then the friction non-linearity. The third one is the dead zone non-linearity. That is we have to discuss in the describing function graph. Fourth one is the relay non-linearity. It is mostly used for the on-off controller. And the fifth one is the backlash non-linearity. Okay, so we have to study one by one different types of common non-linearity that is used in the control engineering. So first one is the saturation non-linearity. So saturation non-linearity is the common type of non-linearity. As we discussed in the earlier, that whenever we increase the value of omega, after some time we can get some saturated value for the output. So this type of non-linearity is the saturation non-linearity graph. Indicate that the graph is drawn from input versus output. So this is the actual curve of this non-linearity, and we can get some approximation value. We can change some value depending upon we have to use a different types of mechanical components. So if we can get this type of graph, this type of non-linearity is known as the saturation non-linearity. Next one is the friction non-linearity. Anything which opposes the relative motion of the body is called the friction. As we already know, we have to use a mechanical system, and what is the basic component of the mechanical system? It is the mass, spring and the damper. So anything which opposes the relative motion of the body, which type of body that we have to use in the particular mechanical system, This type of non-linearity is known as the friction non-linearity. Okay, so we have to apply the force for this particular mechanical system. We can get this type of output data. The third one is the dead zone non-linearity. Dead zone non-linearity refers to a condition in which output becomes zero when the input crosses the certain limit value. What is the saturation non-linearity? We can get the graph like this manner. After a certain value, we can get some saturation value. What is the dead zone non-linearity? After some time, the output becomes zero when the input crosses the certain limit value. Okay. The next one is the relay non-linearity. It is used for the on-off controller. Electromagnetic relay are frequently used in the control system where the control strategy requires a control signal with only 2 or 3 states. So generally, relay non-linearity graph will be occurs when we deal with the only on or off controller. So this is simply graph of the relay non-linearity. The next one is the backless non-linearity. This non-linearity is somewhat different from the magnetic hysteresis. It commonly refer to a backless non-linearity. As we discussed, what is the hysteresis? So whenever we deal with the hysteresis, generally the graph of the hysteresis versus V versus H. Okay, and if we can increase the value of V at certain level, we can get some point, and after some point, if we increase the value of V, H will be decreased, and then it will go the negative region, and then it will go to the positive region. So backless nonlinearity is used whenever we deal with the some type of mechanical system. Okay. Now, the next important topic for the non-linearity is what is the phase plane and phase trajectory. So, the coordinate phase with the axis that corresponding to the phase variable x1 that is equal to x and x2 is equal to x dash is called the phase plane of this non-linear system, and curve described by the state point x1 and x2 in the phase plane within the time as running parameter is called the phase trajectory. So if we have to define the non-linearity for a particular system, we know about what is the phase plane and what is the phase trajectory. So the next and the most important point that is generally used in the non-linear system, it is the singular point. A singular point is the equivalent point in the phase plane system. Since an equivalent point is defined as the point where the system state can stay forever, this implies that x dot is equal to 0. So we have to consider a general time invariant system described by the state equation x dot is equal to function of xu, because the equation for the continuous state equation is x dot is equal to a x of t plus b u of t. So generally x dot is the function of x and the u. Okay, so if the input vector u is constant, so it is possible to write the above equation like this form: x dot is equal to a x of t. That means x dot is equal to function of x. Okay, so a system represented by an equation of this form is called the autonomous system. So for such type of system, we have to consider the point in the phase space at which the derivative of the all state variables are 0. Such points are called the singular point of this nonlinear system. Okay, so we have to take one example. If the spring force is nonlinear, so dx1 upon dt that is equal to h2. That's why the dx2 upon dt is equal to minus f by mx2 minus k1 by mx1 minus k2 by mx1 cube. So in case 1, if x1 is equal to 0, we can get x1 0, x2 0 is equal to 0, x1 0 is equal to 0, x2 0 is equal to x2 0, and the case 3, x1 0 that is equal to x1 0 and x2 of 0 that is equal to x2 of 0. So such family of the trajectory is called the phase portrait. So depending upon the spring, we have to define three cases of the non-linear mechanical system. So depending upon the different type of system, we can find the eigenvalue of this particular system, and then depending upon the position of the eigenvalue, we have to find different points in the nonlinear system. So the first point is the nodal point, where the eigenvalues y1, lambda1 and lambda2 are both real and the negative as shown in the figure. So the nature of the trajectory is shown in the figure B. If we can get the lambda1 and lambda2 in the left hand side, okay, the value of the lambda1 and lambda2 will be real and negative, we can get this type of trajectory. Okay, the second condition is if both the eigenvalue are real, equal and the negative of each other shown in figure. So one root in the left hand side and one root in the right hand side, and the value of the both eigenvalue will be equal. So we can get the first portrait in the shown in the figure like this manner. The origin in this case, a saddle point which is always unstable because one value of the lambda will be lies in the right hand plane. Okay, the next is the focus point. The origin is the focus point and the stable and unstable for negative or the positive real part of the eigenvalues. If we can get the value of the lambda in the imaginary axis in the complex pair like lambda 1 and lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 is equal to 3 plus or minus 4j. We can get the value like this manner. So we can get the some complex pair eigenvalue. So we can get this type of focus point, and if the phase portrait has the closed path trajectory shown in the figure A and B, and the origin is called the center. So when the value of the lambda and lambda 2 is plus or minus j omega, so we can get only the imaginary value. Suppose lambda 1 we can get plus or minus 3j. So that type of value is generate the center or the vertex point for this particular plane. Clear? Okay, so in this table we will give on the different behavior of the non-linear system. So the first condition, first parameter is zeta greater than is equal to 0. We can get all the roots, all the poles in the left hand plane, and we can get the stable singular point. Okay, if the value of zeta will be vary from 0 less than zeta less than 1, if both the poles are in the negative side and the imaginary pole, we can get the stable focus point. The third parameter is if zeta is equal to 0. If both the poles are in the imaginary axis, we can get the center point. If the value of zeta will be vary from -1 to 0, we can get the value of the lambda 1 and lambda 2 in the right hand plane and the imaginary axis. This is the unstable focus. If lambda less than -1, again we can get the value of the poles in the right hand side, and unequal we can get the unstable node. The next parameter is A is arbitrary and B greater than 0. So we can get the lambda 1 in the left hand plane and lambda 2 is the right hand plane. So we can get the saddle point, and if A greater than 0 and B is equal to 0, we can get lambda 1 as equal to 0 and lambda 2 is equal to -a. So we can get this type of phase quarter in the x-axis. Same thing, if A less than 0 and B is equal to 0, we can get the phase quarter in the x-axis, but direction of the arrow is reverse. And if A and B both are 0, so we can get lambda 1, lambda 2 is equal to 0. So we can get the phase quarter in the x-axis, but here the direction of arrow is again different. Okay, so depending upon the different parameters, we can get the different singular point, and we can also get the different types of phase portrait. Okay, so using the non-linear system and the describing function and phase plane method, we can easily identify the non-linearity of this particular system. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in my email ID.